Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to walk you through how to monitor network traffic on a Linux cloud server. If you have ever seen your server CPU or disk I/O look fine, but your application response time is through the roof, the problem is almost certainly network congestion. Most engineers try to guess the cause, but without the right tools, you are just looking at a black box. In this video, we will cover the exact utilities you need to see, exactly who is using your bandwidth, why it matters, and how to fix it. Let us dive into the world of network visibility. We are moving beyond basic ping commands to professional-grade tools that give you granular control over your traffic analysis. These are the topics we are going to cover in this video. Specifically, we will start by ensuring your environment is ready. Then we will use nload to get a high-level view of throughput. After that, we will look at iptraf-ng to see individual connections, use nethogs to find the exact process consuming data, and finally wrap up with SS and netstat for socket analysis. Watch the full video without skipping any content to understand it better. Before we get into the topic, a small request to you. I have already uploaded many technical videos on different technologies and tools. We share more knowledgeable content every day. So if you are interested in learning and want to improve your skills, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and joined our WhatsApp community. The join link is available in the description, or scan the QR code shown on the screen. Let us get started. Before we begin, let us ensure your environment is set up correctly. We are using Ubuntu 22.04 LTS for these examples. First, you need sudo privileges. Sudo stands for super user do. It lets you run commands as the system administrator, which is required to install diagnostic tools and view network interfaces. To check if you have these rights, type sudo. Who am I in your terminal? If the output is root, you are ready. Next, you need a server with an active network interface. You can verify your current interface name by running the iplink command. Ensure your terminal is connected via SSH so you can copy and paste the diagnostic commands we will use. Now we install nload. The first command, apt update, refreshes the list of available packages on your system. Think of it like checking the store catalog before shopping. apt stands for Advanced Package Tool, which is Ubuntu's built-in software manager. Then apt install nload downloads and installs the tool. The using the Y flag means yes to all prompts automatically. After installation, we run load followed by our network interface name, which is ethi in this cloud environment. Nload gives us a real-time graphical representation of incoming and outgoing traffic. If you get a command not found error, ensure your package lists were updated correctly. This is what nload looks like when it is running. The top bar shows your incoming traffic and the bottom bar shows your outgoing traffic. The device label confirms you are monitoring the correct network interface. This is a perfect tool for checking if your server is experiencing a sudden traffic spike or if it is currently idle. If you see the screen jumping or the numbers remaining at 0, it is possible you are monitoring the wrong interface or there is truly no traffic on that device. Next, we move to a more powerful tool called iptraf-ng. This is a console-based network statistics utility. It provides much more detail than nload, including TCP connection status and packet counts. We install it using the same apt install command. Once installed, running the command without arguments opens a menu-driven interface. This is excellent for digging into specific packet types, like seeing how many HTTP requests versus SSH connections are hitting your server. If the terminal screen appears garbled, ensure your terminal emulator supports standard VT100 control codes. Here we see the IP traffic monitor view. It breaks down traffic by source and destination IP addresses and ports. This output tells us that our server at 192.16815 is communicating over port 80 to a client at 10.0.5. If you see hundreds of lines appearing rapidly, it indicates a high volume of small packets which might suggest a port scan or a DOS attack. This level of granular visibility is exactly what you need to troubleshoot complex network issues. Now let us solve the problem of identifying exactly which process is using all your bandwidth. Nethogs is the gold standard for this. Unlike other tools that just show network interface statistics, nethogs groups bandwidth usage by the process ID or the name of the program. After installing, we run it by specifying the interface. If you find your network is slow, nethogs will show you if it is your web server, a backup script, or a rogue background process causing the congestion. In this output, you can clearly see the PID and the program name. Notice that rsync is sending 2 megabytes per second, which explains why our web traffic on Nginx feels sluggish. This is exactly why nethogs is useful. It turns a generic network slowdown into a specific actionable task like throttling or stopping that specific process. If you see nothing in the list, try running it with sudo, as nethogs requires root permissions to read process network data. Sometime you need to see exactly which connections are established right now without running a long-term monitor. The ss command, which stands for socket statistics, is the modern replacement for netstat. Using the t flag shows TCP connections. Using the u flag shows UDP. Using the p flag shows the process using the socket. And using the n flag shows numerical addresses instead of host names. This command is fast and built into almost every Linux distribution. It gives you a point-in-time snapshot of the network state of your system. This output shows an established TCP connection on port 80. You can see the local address, the remote peer address, and the specific process. ID 234 associated with Nginx. This is invaluable when you suspect a process is hanging on to connections longer than it should. If you do not see the process column, it is likely because you forgot to run the command with sudo, which is necessary to inspect processes owned by other users. When working with these tools, you will eventually hit a wall. The most common mistake is forgetting sudo. Most network diagnostics require root access to read system socket information. Another issue is the interface name. On modern cloud servers, interfaces are often named something like ENS3 or ETHI. If you try to run load on an interface that does not exist, it will simply fail. Additionally, if the terminal window is too small, tools like iptraf-ng might hide columns or crash. Finally, if apt cannot find the package, always run the update command first. These tools are standard, but they are not always pre-installed. Take a moment to review each point shown on screen. When you move from development to production, your strategy needs to shift. Running interactive tools like iptraf-ng consumes unnecessary CPU and memory on your production server. For long-term monitoring, use tools like Prometheus or NetData that export metrics to a central dashboard. These tools are designed to have minimal impact on your system performance. Always consider the overhead of your monitoring tools, especially when your server is already operating near its hardware capacity. Never leave diagnostic tools running in the background unattended. Let me share a real-world scenario that happens more often than you think. A large e-commerce platform was seeing mysterious latency spikes every hour. Their monitoring dashboard showed the CPU was fine, but the network interface was hitting 100% saturation for exactly 3 minutes. By running nethogs, they discovered a hidden backup job moving massive log files over the network without compression. By simply compressing the logs locally before moving them, they reduced bandwidth consumption by 90% and completely eliminated the latency spikes. This is why having visibility into the process level is so critical for a senior engineer. You now know the essential tools for network analysis. Remember, load is your first stop for quick throughput checks. When you need deep connection analysis, iptraf-ng is the tool of choice. To find the specific culprit, nethogs is indispensable because it maps traffic directly to processes. For quick state snapshots, use the ss command. Finally, always be mindful of production overhead. Prefer metrics collection over interactive tools for long-term health tracking. Use these tools in combination to build a complete picture of your server network health. These are the core concepts to carry forward from this video. I believe this video will definitely be a useful video. If you like the video, please do like and hype the video. Also share it with your friends and groups. It may be useful to somebody else. If you have any doubts or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description because we share more knowledgeable content every day. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.